Hey lovelies, it's Heather here again. I'm gonna shoot another video, I guess. I don't know, I'm just here. I'm sleepy, I'm fixing to go to bed, but I don't know. I don't know if I should shoot another video or not. Cause you know how you see yourself, and I don't know. And you get negative thoughts in your own head. And then you try to pull away from them, and then sometimes they still come from outside sources and stuff, and so you're just like, yeah, and you're like, okay, you just kind of get a little frustrated. But anyways, I'm in a decent mood because I had somebody talking to me, and I just got remembering a bunch of things from when I was younger. Some bad, but some good. And the thing is I was talking about holding a snake, and this person's like, "No, I've never been around a snake," and I'm like, "I have." There was actually a pet store in our mall here when I was young, and this guy had a python, if I recall correctly, because I remember I was like, I love your snake. Because there was another pet store, and my mom about flipped out and had a heart attack, and I was like, and I was just I kind of stood like a statue, and when I did that, the owner, he's like, don't tense up on her, because or don't tense up, because they're gonna keep on tightening on you. But so anyways, I've held snakes, basically. And I'm not saying that to be braggadocious or anything. It's just a fact. And anyways, in the mall here, there was this guy, and I don't remember, and he was the store owner. Well, he was the son's store owner. And, son's store owner. Really? Damn, I'm tired. The store owner's son, sorry, the person's messaging me right now. But, anyways, he was the son's store owner, but it was his snake. And he just, left it there because they had a big enough aquarium and stuff like that. And, they spent most of their day sitting up there trying to sell pets and stuff. But anyway, so I held this python a few times. And one time I remember it got us, tangled up, when I was trying to get her off of me. And she was, 13 foot long. And, she just kept flopping her body, kinda. I mean, she wasn't tightening up or anything, but she just kind of kept flopping her body, and we was trying to keep from kind of stepping on her and stuff. And next thing I know, we're face to face, and I'm and she's on my neck, and I'm like, here's your snake, and everything. But and then one time, she laid across, and it was her hind end, and the rest of her was laying in the floor, and I just literally stood there for I don't know how long, half an hour or an hour. It seemed like a really long time, and I was just looking at her, and I was like, "What's wrong with your snake? Is she high or something?" I was like, "'Cause she ain't moving." And I was like, she don't even realize that I'm here. I was like, apparently I have became a rock, and her ass end is just laying on a rock, even though it was draped across my neck and everything. I had it down to this arm, and back up over the neck, and the rest of her's just laying there on the floor, and it was almost in a straight line, and I'm just like, you gave her drugs, I'm just like, you gave your snake drugs, just admit to it. But anyways, but there was a boa constrictor at another pet store that me and my mom went to, and I hadn't held a snake in 2 years at that point in time, and I was like, oh, you have a, I was like, you have a big snake in here. And he's like, yeah, you want to hold her? And I'm like, yeah, or him, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, well, I ain't fed them yet, and I was like, huh? And they're like, but we feed them this often, so they've been fed today, because I think that's what my mom said or something. She's like, you haven't fed it, And then they's like, oh, well, we fed it today, but it's just earlier, and it's getting close to feeding time. And I was just kind of like, and then I was like, well, I still want to hold it, because my mom was like, hurry, we have to go. And so anyways, they got it out. or not they, it was just one guy. He got it out and he put it on, draped it across my neck and everything. And I'm sitting there and he's telling me where to touch it because, depending on their owner and this and that and just, how they've been taken care of and everything. And he's like, oh, don't touch this. Oh, don't touch that. And the other one that I held was so friendly and so sweet. And her owner was so good to her and everything. And like, you could literally pet her. Like, kids could run by her in the pet store and she didn't give a shit. Like, I don't know if she had brain damage. I don't know if she was high and he just fed her weed or something. Like, I know that sounds bad, but like, I remember it. And this is when my parents weren't around me this was when I'd be at the mall by myself, like, or with a friend or something like that. My parents weren't there, and this was before, like, all kinds of shit, probably, like, legal problems and stuff like that, and you have to have a parent, and you have to sign, and all that crap and everything. But, so anyways, this other one at this other pet store, my mom got so mad at me. She's like, what? You're gonna hold a snake? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna hold a damn snake, But anyway, so he put it on me, and after about 10 minutes, I felt weird, basically. And I was like, and then all of a sudden, her tail end wrapped around my wrist, I think it might have been a boy, and I was just like, hey, buddy, it's like, come get your snake, like, now, and by the time he came, and like could help me and everything, the thing had started to wrap around my leg at the bottom and everything, and like we were sitting there like slowly, because you don't want to startle it, as you're pulling it off, because you startle it, it's just going to tighten even more and everything, but we're like slowly kind of prying it off my body and everything, and like we got it off my leg. Like, he was more concerned about my leg, getting it off my leg, and I was more concerned about my damn arm, because it's closer to my face and everything. But anyway, so like, I was like trying to undo its tail from my wrist, and I'm just like, watching it, and I'm like, oh god. And like, I'm like, okay, get it off my neck, so, because I wanted it off my neck. Like, I was so worried, even though it's not like wrapping around my neck, because the rest of it's hanging down and wrapping around my leg. But I'm like, get it off my neck. And that was like the last thing that he helped me with. And like, I didn't realize how much it had kind of tightened to the back of my neck whenever he kind of, it was like this big thump, like coming off my neck. And I was just like, okay, bye. Like, you got your snake and we're leaving the store. And I was like, but that was still pretty cool. And he hurried and put it in the cage. And so we actually did stay and talk to him for a few minutes. And he's like, yeah, I guess, it's feeding time, this and that. And, and I'm like, what would it have kept on, and everything. And he, and I was just like, oh shit, like it was an experience. But I was talking about that. And then I was talking about some other incidences with snakes that I've had. One that I killed when I was younger. It was on a neighbor's porch, and like I was going up the porch, and I had seen the person's grandfather kill one like previously, and I had seen my dad like kill one or two, but like not really seen because it was over in the weeds and shit. But so I seen her grandfather kill one day, and he just decapitated the son of a bitch. And so I walked up there, and sure enough, there was a damn hoe laying up the fucking right there, like on the wall. And it was just, and I was going to try to walk around it, mind my own, and go get him to get it, but hell, it hissed at me, and it rattled. It was, anyways, it was a rattlesnake. It was a rattlesnake. And, or maybe it was the rattlesnake that he killed. I think it was the rattlesnake that I killed. I don't know, because we have snakes occasionally, sometimes, or at least they did, or I don't know, because there was a few around my house when I was growing up. But anyways, so, I was going to try to get around it, and there was big enough space. It's like 20 fucking foot, and this motherfucker wants to claim it all. And come to find out what it was is it had like 2 eggs in the vent, I think, or something. Maybe. I don't know. Or that might have been somebody else. But anyways, so I tried to walk past it to go to the damn door. I was going to get him to come out and kill it, or let him kill it on his own time because everybody was in the house and nobody was around, I was the only dumbass showing up when I was showing up because I thought my friend was there, but they wasn't. But anyways, so I started to walk up, and that damn thing, it kind of came after me. I was like, oh, hell no, and then I was like, I'm just going to go home and call them and tell them that there's a snake out on their porch. And then I was like, man, fuck this shit. I walked my ass all the way up here to see my damn friend, and damn it, I'm going to see my friend, and this motherfucker better leave me alone. I tried to walk past it again. It come after me again. So I just stood there, like, I backed up, and I just stood there for a while, and I looked at that hole leaned up against the wall, and I was like, this motherfucker gonna die, And I just picked it up, and I went over there, and I tried to, decapitate it, and I missed it the first time. Holy shit, you talking about being scared. I was like, oh, fuck, And then I was like, okay, and I was like, should I hurry and do it right now again, or should I wait a second and kind of give it, and then all of a sudden I just, bam, and its head was like barely hanging on like a sliver, and then I just hit it again and finished it, and it's just, sitting there all oh God, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up, but, I just, I hate death. Like, seeing it, like, make me vomit. Blood and guts and gore and all that. I've seen so much. Oh, God, I've seen so much. Just animals and... But anyways, so... It was just something I was talking about, especially about, like, holding them and everything. And, like, my daughter, when she was home, she's like, can we get a pet snake? And I was like... I kind of want to, but I was like, how about just a small one, like a little garden snake, and then we'll work our way up, because right now we have dogs and we don't want the snake to kill the dog, because if I had a snake and the snake killed the dog, then I would kill the snake. Like, that's how mad I would be, like, so, but everybody's scared of snakes and stuff, and so... And then my landlord, whenever she heard about it, she's like, oh, God, no, and everything. And then concluding that we had a neighbor that plugged in a thing that killed our freaking gerbil because she's like, I don't like rodents. And I'm like, bitch, I spent $30-something on this fucking gerbil, and we loved her, and we named her Black Velvet, and she died because you plugged in this high-pitched little fucking... noise that drove her insane, and she died of a heart attack. Like, oh my God. People. This life, man. This life. But anyways, so I was just going to shoot a short video and talk about that. And then, apparently... I don't know if it's because of the comments, though, or just because of I don't know, but obviously I've not shaved my head. I'm still kind of debating it. I've been so used to having hair for so long, and then having long hair, or a decent length of hair, and stuff like that, like, I don't know, and so I'm just like... And then, like, in all honesty... my family, more than likely, would be like, oh my God, that proves that she's insane. That proves that she's crazy, because you don't shave your head. It's just like, bitch. Like, what? It kind of makes me mad. It's like, I can, hell, then, okay, then, like, why do people shave their fucking legs, Even the guys, oh my God, I remember we used to laugh at them, like, in middle school. It's like, dude, we know you're a football player, but you don't have to shave your legs, sweetheart. Like, but, anyways, I don't know, because part of me also is like, kind of like, because I've talked about, if I do, and in that video about dreadlocks, and so it's like, do dreads before you shave your head, because you have to shave your head to kind of get the dreadlocks out. And so it's like, do both at the same time. But I don't have money to do dreadlocks. and then I would want to go to somebody, and then there's nobody here. I've even talked to people here, and there's nobody here that even really knows how to do them where I live and stuff, and that's even like ethnic hair. And what I mean by that, of course, is like African American hair, because I've had African American friends and they're like, man, ain't nobody around here know how to do my hair, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you, like, I'm sorry. And so, like, I don't know. It's just a small town. But yeah, I've asked around about dreadlocks, and everybody's like, we don't know how to do them, or it costs or this much, or and shit. And I'm just like, and everything. Now I remember one time though, I was in like our Walmart here, and like literally, like I was, man, I don't know how old I was. I was like a damn teenager. And there was this whole family. It was so fucking adorable. It was the dude and his girl and their little kid. And their kid was like 4 years old. Every damn one of them had dreadlocks. And I was just like, oh my God. And I literally did that. I'm like 15 aisles back from them. And I like see them. And I'm just like a kid, when I see something that I really, And I was like, oh my God. And they like kind of turned, but they didn't really. And then like a few people that was around me kind of looked at me, and my friend that was with me was just like, what? And I was like, I love their fucking hair, And I went running up to them, and I remember I had on like flip-flops or Birkenstocks, and I like kicked those off and went running up to these people. I told my friend to grab my shoes. And I went running up to him, and I just had to tell them, and I was like, I freaking love your hair. And then I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, because the little boy turned around and he was with his dad, and the mom had went down the aisle or whatever. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I know that sounds really random and really crazy. I was like, but I love your hair. I was like, it's freaking awesome, and he's like, well, thank you, and everything. And I was like, the little boy, I was like, your hair is so cute, and I was like, I can't believe y'all let y'all's kid do that, And he's like, yeah, and then his wife, come over, and we talked for a few minutes. And my friend come up and was like hitting me with my shoes and my shoulder, like, here's your shoes. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I'm sorry, like that's, I remember being like, I'm so sorry, and I was like, but I just had to tell you. I was like, we don't have a lot of people, or at least white people. Heck, we don't even have a lot of black people around here that have dreadlocks or anything. And I was like, and y'all are a whole family, and it's so cute. And he's like, well, I appreciate it. And I was like, I know I sound like I'm retarded. I was like, but it's just so cute. But, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if I will ever shave my head. I don't know if I won't ever shave my head. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I will. And then if I do, I don't know how I'm going to feel. It's all a bunch of I don't knows. And I'm pretty damn cautious. But at the same time, like, you got to live a little. And I'm so tired of not living. Like, literally. I've been tired of it. Like, my family, my parents, Jesus Christ. All their judgments and harsh negativity and everything's wrong, and stuff. Like, I mean, hell, I'm 30 years old, and I've never even been literally to a bar to go get drunk. I've never been to a club. I've never done a bunch of things that a bunch of people typically have done. But maybe it's because I did so much when I was younger, like holding a fucking python several times and a fucking boa constrictor that tightened up on me. And, like, I don't know. Everybody has experiences in life, and so you live, you learn, and you grow and you move on. But, yeah, so, I don't know. And then people, that's another thing too. Nobody cares about anybody else most of the damn time enough to remember anything, because people have become so self-absorbed and narcissistic in their thinking. And that's the reason, like, sometimes, like, because I smothered myself and my kid when I did, like, I still can see her at 6 months old sitting in the floor, or even 3 months old, and lifting her head up and like trying to push, and like, you know, the drool and the you know, like noise, you know, and I'm like, you got it, you got this, you know. I'm like, you got it. And she was so cute. Ooh. But anyways, so adorable. And I remember the first time she pulled up. And I remember her taking her first few steps. And I remember her walking her. Like, I remember so much about my kid. And I'm the only one that remembers it. So. But nobody remembers anything about me. So maybe that's another reason that I feel that I don't feel that I have to be, though. I don't think. I don't know. I need to explore that about myself more. But anyways, I don't know. I'm going to end this video here because it's 20 minutes and my other one was an hour long. So anyways, you see that I do not have my head shaved. I still got all my hair on top of my head. But I might shave it off. I don't know. Because I'm literally, like, I was sitting in the tub the other night and I was like, just get the scissors and cut it as close as you can get it. And then take the razor and just, you know, shave your fucking head. And then I was like, oh my god, I wonder what the fuck I'd look like. And then I was like, it don't matter. And then I was like, yeah, it does. And then I like to wear hats anyways, quite often, or I used to. And then even at that, like, I was like, if I don't like the way that it looks, I can buy, you know, a scarf or two or a hat or two eventually, even though I don't have any money. You know, or I could go in there and kind of whine maybe. I doubt it though, but I don't know. Or I'd find something to put on my head if I didn't like it the way it looked. And then it doesn't take that long really for your hair to grow back out. Like, it really doesn't. I mean, it kind of takes a little while, but it doesn't take that long, including that I'm waiting on my W-2 to come in the mail and all kinds of other crap and stuff like that. And then my leg being fucked up, and I'm like, I need my leg fixed because I'm going to fucking, like, something's just gonna in my head one day if I don't get my leg fixed. And by my leg, I mean my ankle, but it led up to, like, I'm having all kinds of, it's not really pain. But then again, to somebody like my mom would cry, I feel like. I feel like my mom would cry, or she would just complain daily if she was dealing with what I'm dealing with. But me, I'm just like, I don't feel too fucking good. And that's it, you know, I'm just like, but whatever. But, anyways, I don't know. But I'm gonna end it here, so I hope everybody's doing good. Catch you later. Bye.